Peace and light. I'm your host, Malice Mind. Welcome to the Mind Body Nexus. I want to touch on and give a clear understanding to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because as above, so below. So whenever I have a thought, it's somebody else's thought as well. Somebody can benefit from this video. I know that when you go around these older people, you get frustrated with these older people because in your mind, these older people that you're frustrated with, you kind of feel like they taunting you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll tell yourself, don't these old folks like I'm trying to watch the cursing and stuff, but don't these old folks get tired of acting immature? And you'll look at them and you'll be like, what's up with these old dudes? Like, what's up with these people? Whoever, like these older people that's agitating you, and you be like, what's up with these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? And see, I'm trying to watch that word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with these folks, man? You have to understand. This is something you have to understand. That this will make you feel better with dealing with older people that have immature behavior. You have to understand something. We get frustrated because we're looking at the physical shell of the person. You get what I'm saying? We're looking at the physical shell. Now y'all can see, got my tree shirt on because I am rooted in rooted. The head is the blossom. People say I'm rooted in me. But anyway, that's now here and there. But we looking at the physical shell, we have to realize, as a man thinks, so is a man. Not what a man looks like. See, too much in this world, we living in a world where we judge a man off the way he looks, and not the way he looks, and not too much off the way he acts. I mean, most of us do, but not only the way he acts. We gotta judge a man off the way he thinks. That's the way you get the understanding of the man, because you are the mind, and man is mind. Man is thought that's manifested inside of mind. So as a man is, so a man think. So you have to understand something. The body is natural. You know what I'm saying? The body grows along with nature. We have no control over the growth of our bodies. You know what I'm saying? It's going to grow the way it's going to grow. It's going to deplete. It's going to eventually go back to the earth. It's a part of nature. Everything grows. And I like to say that with the tree because I got the tree on, so everything grows. It's something that's a part of nature. Growth is a part of nature. As the mind shit grows too, but most of the time, on what you feed your mind, the things you give your attention to, is all make up your mind. So if a person was a child watching Sesame Street and they never grew out of watching Sesame Street and they 30, 40, 50 years old still watching Sesame Street, 9 times out of 10, they still have a childlike thinking. So we gotta understand we're responsible for mind, because mind is what man really is. What you entertain your mind with, what you put in your mind, is all a part of your mental growth. If you're not putting anything in your mind, it's discipline. Discipline and growth go hand in hand. In order to have growth, you gotta have discipline. Just like we have a natural discipline to feed our body and water our body, put water in our body and food in our body. That's like a natural discipline of the body, because the body does it itself. You want water and drink, and that's how your body grows. So we gotta also, but the thing is, we're responsible for watering and feeding the mind, so the mind can grow as well as we grow. So when you get, that's why sometimes you got these big grown looking people and they act like children, because they haven't put, as time has progressed, they haven't fed their mind anything for growth. So some of these guys that's in their 50s, late 40s, 50s, late 50s, early 60s, a lot of them still have the mind of 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. Why? Because they still feeding their mind and entertaining themselves with things in that age bracket. You got a lot of guys in their 50s still listening to rappers that's in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? So really they feed their minds, the mind of a 20-year-old or the 30-year-old, or what they listen to. You know what I'm saying? Or the things that they watch, or the things that they entertain, or the people they entertain themselves with. That's the mind that you can, like, just like a saying goes, 50 Cent was one of the popular people that said this, and a lot of people said it, but 50 Cent was one of the popular. He said, if I'm hanging around a bum, a motherfucker that's a bum, what can he teach me about money? What can he teach me about finances? What can he teach me about this? Because you are what you hang around, so you are what you feed your mind as well. And I'd be like, why do some of these grown people act childish because of the things that they entertain? I gotta tell myself, you can't get frustrated with them. You gotta understand that's who they are. They are the mind inside the body. They mind haven't grown, but their body have grown. So you gotta treat a person how they. You gotta treat a person the way they mind is. See, some of us too much. Some of us give credit to people just because they. Oh, I hear men all the time say, oh, hey, young blood, a young buck or whatever. I'm 60 and this and that. But then you'll look at them and realize, okay, your body's 60, but how old is your mind? It's all about what you're thinking. 60-year-olds talking crazy about certain things, talking about but they don't want this in life or they don't want that in life. You got the mind of a child, Joe. So why should I respect you as a man when you think like a child? You gotta understand. So when you get frustrated with these older folks that come around you, don't get frustrated with them. It's not really them. It's this their mind haven't grown yet. So you gotta really look at them as children. When you go around them and they get awed by you, it's really like a child. Cause I seen a child earlier, right? Little girl. And it was a tall police officer, and she was walking by the police officer, and she was like this looking at the police officer. You know, just awed. Like, wow, tall police guy. And he looked at her like this and did like this. Hi, hey, how you doing? Because he understood that was a child. But now let me go and stare at him like that. And he gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck you looking at? You want some smoke? Because you looking at me hard. He gonna treat me on what he sees in front because he think, okay, well, he's big enough to know that, but he not understanding. Maybe I don't have the mind of a man yet. Maybe I still have a childlike mind too. So you got to kind of think of some of these people that do childish things. They have a mind of a child. That's what they are. Because you are what you think. You are as you think. If you think like a child, that's what you are. You're not what you look like. Because a lot of we in the world, that's why the world is confusing. Because we give people credit for what age they are or what they look like, but do they really act that age and things? We got to be the judgment. You got to watch people's actions. I say every time I go around certain people, they get to acting funny, get to get all up in your face, want you to see what they got. Look at this, look at that. I say they got the mind of young men. They don't have the mind of older men. So I have to approach them as such. I say you can't get frustrated with them. Just like earlier, I was on the train or whatever, and I put my music on. Young buck, it was a young buck, you know what I'm saying? Probably about like 18, 19, maybe 20, 21 maybe. And he got to dancing, and he got to get in front of me dancing and stuff like that. And doing all this and doing that, and realizing he look up to me. He like, you know what I'm saying, my good vibration rubbed off on him. He like my music. He want me to say, hey bro, I like your music. Woo, I like your music. So I'm not gonna be frustrated with him because I understand he's a young guy. He gonna look up to you. But say if it was an older guy doing that, I'd say, hey man, you need to sit your ass down doing all that. You trying to show off. That's what I would have thought in my mind. You get what I'm saying? But we have to treat people as such how they act. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with people showing you love. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you're a certain age, you're going to act a certain way. But as you grow, your mind should grow as well. That's why I tell people all the time. Some of us can be a little bit, just like you got some older guys that's have immature thinking. Some of us can be young with mature thinking. So that's why people be like, damn, you a little bit ahead of your time. You a little bit ahead of your time. Because when I was in the state, I used to always hang around mature older guys, not just any older guy. I used to hang around older guys that used to feed me a lot of wisdom, used to tell me this, used to tell me that, used to tell me that, and I grew up with that thinking. And a lot of things I was taught young from older guys that was wise, they taught me certain things that I carried out as a young man, and then I outgrew my peers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of, like, right now, you don't see me with too many friends, unless, like, we got like minds, but the reason I don't hang around people my age is because I realize I'm a little bit past my age. I might be in my 30s, but I have the mind of a 7-year-old. You know what I'm saying? It's vice versa because I advanced my mind a little bit further than most people did. You know what I'm saying? When I came out of school, I didn't stop educating myself. I didn't stop reading big books and books about politics and law and science and metaphysics and spirituality. These are things that I fed myself. Reading dictionaries and things like that, and watching documentaries about certain things about the world and this and that. I was always into feeding myself my mind, certain things. I wasn't really into watching cartoons like that and really into watching. And just like now, I'm not really into watching just regular TV. I got a TV right here I don't even turn on because there's nothing on it, nothing that could benefit my mind. You get what I'm saying? So it's to a point like I didn't came to a point where I started feeding myself a certain diet to just like there's certain people like next door or whatever, and for them to get their attention, for them to get your attention, they do things like banging and stuff like that because they really want your attention. Instead of saying, "Hey, you seem like an interesting person. I would like to hang with you. I would like to see how you do." You know what I'm saying? So they do things like a child would do and bang and stuff to try to get your attention and do things like that, just try to get your energy. And I have to realize I can't get mad at them. That's like having a child next door that don't know what they're doing. You gotta realize you're not dealing with grown folk, we're dealing with spirits. And spirits only grow based on what they're fed mentally. It just don't grow. You just don't mature naturally. That don't happen. Your body grows naturally, but your mind, you're responsible for your own growth. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. That's the only thing that doesn't grow naturally. It only grows according to what you give it. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like a